All right, so here we are, here with my buddy George, longtime friend and guitar buddy, probably since 95, 96, something like that.
At least 95,
Yeah. Always been around the Chimera camp. Did you know Andel's before me or after me?
Yeah, that's how I met you, was through Arnold.
Through Andel's, oh, okay. Yeah. So heading down to the 2024 Cleveland Guitar Show. And what's exciting about this for me is that I went to one when I was 15 or 16 years old, so probably 30 years ago. And I thought it was amazing. You know, I got a bunch of good stories about being there, but I'm worried that today is just going to be like a small like swap meet type thing. You know when you like, oops, using a gimbal for the first time here, sorry. So, but it is nice and stable, at least it appears to be. So, but you know, like when you're young and you go to a venue, it seems huge, and then like maybe you visit that same venue again when you're older, and you're like, whoa, I can't believe I thought this place was big. It's so small. That's what I think of the Odeon in the Flats. I remember like the first time being at a concert there. It was like one of those Cleveland fests. Did you go to that with like Ascension and Skip Line? Yeah. Integrity, all that, totally awesome. So I thought the place was huge. It felt like an arena to me as like a 14, 15-year-old kid, and then now it is. I don't think it's quite as big. But anyways, that's what I'm hoping that the guitar show is going to be awesome here. And it's not just going to be some bunk little swap meet or something, you know?
I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of people that have stuff and they know exactly what it's worth. So there's going to be no deals.
Are you planning on making any purchases?
I am not. I'm just here to look at some cool stuff.
I think he's wanting to do that. But yeah, me too. But maybe there'll be a couple impulse buys. There was that first time that I went, I went with Brad Fry and Matt Assad. And that's where I got that Metal Blade sampler that I talked about in my Death Metals video, that had where I first heard 6 Feet Under and Grip Inc., stuff like that. We got that there. Also, there was this guy selling a bunch of bootleg videos, and Brad bought a G.G. Allen VHS because he's like, man, I've heard of this guy. I heard he's crazy. So we get home and we watch his VHS. For anybody that doesn't know G.G. Allen, look him up. He's totally wild, but he's just wiping like shit all over his face while they're playing, like throwing shit into the crowd. Real shit, not just like random shit, real shit. I believe his own, but rubbing it all over himself, just pissing on stage and stuff like that. Just totally
broken
weird.
Glass,
broken glass, cutting himself with, and having feces all over him. So this is his VHS that we got from this thing. Totally crazy, but it was cool. A lot of cool instruments, and looking forward to seeing what they're gonna have today. So we'll see you there. right, so it just wrapped up there. What were you about to say?
Kind of what I anticipated the show would be. Like a lot of people selling a lot of junk.
Yeah.
There was some pretty cool guitars there. A lot of Gibsons and Fenders.
Yeah, exactly.
Not so much, you know, metal guitars, I would say.
One ESP in the whole joint. Yep. Maybe like 4 or 5 Ibanez.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 or 3 PRS that I noticed. And yeah, the rest Strats, Tellys, Gibsons, and yeah, some cool SGs. A lot of nice Les Pauls.
Yeah.
And a couple no-name or off-brand
not bad
ones
prices too. If you're looking for, you know, a Strat or a Les Paul, you probably could have walked away with one for a pretty good deal. A lot of people selling trash that Rob and I would probably just give away to people.
I know.
That we have just laying in boxes at home.
I know, dude. I have so much hardware, everything you could think of, electronics, tuners, just boxes and stuff, and guys were just selling there. And I was thinking, this is their life. They come to these shows and just try to sell.
There was the really cool boutique pickup maker there.
Yeah, from Greenville Pickups, right? Was that what it was called?
I think so.
Maybe from Michigan.
Michigan,
but,
yeah, they were from Michigan.
Some cool looking pickups. I wanted to film a little more of that, but I felt like he like kind of wasn't
feeling the filming.
Yeah, but yeah, the prices were lower than I expected. This hall or event center, whatever you call it, was much nicer than what I was expecting. I was expecting, and my memory from 30 years ago was like straw on the ground, and we're in some like old farm building or something like that. Where this was nice, good place, you know. Exactly, like a barn. So kind of cool. I mean, we really looked at everything in like less than a half hour. So I was wishing there was a ton more. It would have been cool to see some more metal focused stuff, I guess. More amps. I was thinking that there'd be like amps and stuff. Although maybe they would have called it the Ohio Amp Show then. So I don't know. Whatever.
There was one amp builder, but
really
talk to the guy.
Yeah, for $10, that was the price of admission. Not so bad. Got to see some stuff, and overall, I'd say a good vibe. A lot of people there,
very nice people.
Yeah, just like looking at guitars. Everybody was friendly, so that was cool. So I don't know, was it worth a 4-hour round trip?
Yeah, because we're going to get hot dogs.
Or because we're going to get some good hot dogs he's talking about, and just hanging out, catching up again. That's what makes it worth it. You know, we don't get to do stuff like this often. Well, you're in the middle of not in the middle of a build, but you just did a bunch of modifications to your Strat you're talking about?
Actually, nothing major since we set it up with one humbucker, but I did throw in a Pearly Gates Seymour Duncan because it only has one humbucker pickup now in the bridge position.
I like the Pearly Gates.
Yeah, all I did was give it a really good setup, and it's playing really nice. The only addition I'm probably going to do is get some factory Fender locking tuners for it, just to make it.
What bridge does it have on it?
It has the traditional tremolo, Fender tremolo, but I have it blocked off, bottomed out to the guitar. So
and you were never a Strat guy, but you're saying that you're coming around.
Yeah, I'm coming around. I mean, obviously, like real Strat guys love the single coil pickups. Those aren't my jam at all. So the fact that it has a humbucker in it now makes it a lot better for me. But it plays well. I'll give it that.
Did you happen to see that that thing I tagged you on Instagram where it's like the middle pickup and it shows like a humbucker and 2 single coils in the middle pickup, and it's Beetlejuice from Howard Stern. Yeah, just looking around. And it's like, well, you'd have to see it. Maybe if I find it again, I'll put it on the screen here.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
But it was pretty funny because like who uses just the
I mean,
middle pickup?
I'm sure there are people that's just way above my play
John
grade.
Mayer, Brad Paisley, guys like that, they probably have a good use for it, man. They'll probably tell you, the middle pickup gets the chicks.
Yeah,
right?
for sure, and blouses.
That's right. All right, well, let's eat.
Yeah.